it sounds bold to say this, but there's no bigger game arguably the rest of the season. I mean, this is like national championship level talent level teams hitting the field in week one. Game of the week for the Fourth and Whatever podcast. I'm sure the national media will agree. I mean, it's a no brainer. Game of the week, number one Texas travels to number three Ohio State. Lead us off on this one, man, because this is gigantic.
I mean, a huge game, dude, for week one.
Yes.
Like you said, it could be, and depending on how the season goes, this could be the biggest game of the season. It's definitely one of the biggest week one matchups that I can think of in the last while. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's several years, I would say at least. I'm sure somewhere down the line, maybe there could be like a 1-2 or something. But like this is one of the
Right.
biggest matchups I can think of for week one. And man, it's going to be interesting, dude. You've got defending champions taking on number one Texas with Arch Manning behind the helm now, and just
Yeah.
that's going to be interesting to see. We've both expressed our opinions, I think, on how we think Arch is going to do. I think he's going to do very well, and so this will be a tough one. I think it's going to be a pretty tough match, man. I mean, it's in Ohio State,
Yep.
defending champions. They got Texas coming to their home turf, man. And
Hmm.
so those defending champs, man, are going to take an L on week one, dude. It's not going to
What?
happen this year, Ohio State. The Buckeyes are going to take that L, man. They lost their quarterback, and he had a phenomenal playoff run last year, man. Ohio State didn't look that great throughout the season, in my opinion, overall. They just went insane in the playoffs. The Ohio State hate, by the way, doesn't just come from Tennessee's loss last year to them, so don't think it's just that. This has
Right.
happened since I was pretty young, man. So, quick little backstory. I won't keep too long on this. It goes back to the Ohio State beating Miami in the championship early 2000s. In the
Yes.
back of the end zone, by the way, that was not pass interference, and Miami should be the champion of that year. I go back to that, and ever since then, I don't know, it just stuck with me, man. And I'm just not an Ohio State fan at all. Maybe this is a little bias in me, but realistically, I spoke very highly on Texas, and I'll tell you, I really believe that starting out, they look like they'd be probably one of the tougher teams in the nation. And I think they're going to be there towards the end of it. So I think Texas is going to go into Ohio State and get a hard fought win, man, and come out still number one team in the nation when this week is over.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's hard to disagree with that statement. I mean, even Vegas has, which is kind of surprising, and it's probably just another home field advantage nod to Ohio
Yeah.
State. They've got Ohio State a 2-point favorite in that game, but 2 points, that just goes to show you how tight everyone knows this game theoretically should be. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
man,
why I'm going
you've
to bet
got
that money line and still double my money.
attaboy, attaboy. Yeah, Fourth and Whatever podcast. We're going to try to earn a little extra funds this year. Maybe do a little bit of sports betting. But yeah, man, week one, it's kind of mind boggling that this is a week one matchup. I mean, even if it wasn't national championship future matchup, you would think that this game should fall somewhere in the middle of the season, towards the end of the season, playoffs. But yeah, it's really insane. So, like you said, you've got a situation where all the hype that's been surrounding Texas with all their playmakers and their recruiting and their coach and Arch Manning, a lot of people are sick of hearing about it. When you hear Arch talk about the success, and not the success, but like the attention and the hype and all that, the kid is stone faced, man. It seems like he's completely blocking out all that noise. That's very impressive, especially for his age, but it's probably just part of that pedigree, I would imagine.
Full experience in the family.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna be the most exciting part about this game to me personally, is just seeing, okay, after all this talk, after all the things that have been said online and on ESPN and all that stuff, what will Arch actually do when he's got the keys to the car and he's driving Texas down to Ohio State, or up to Ohio State technically. A couple key things that I've got wrote down here, and it's nothing major. Like I said, we didn't really want to dive too deep into these games. I just give our honest opinions about them, maybe chat a little bit about them. But I feel like both quarterbacks, are going to have weapons around them. Obviously, Texas is known
for
for their
sure.
weapons. Ohio State always has weapons. So that's going to be an even matchup right there offensively, I think. Obviously, I think the game will be won on defense. Whose defense is better than the other team's defense? Something to take note of is Ohio State, not only do they have a new quarterback this year, but they do also have a new offensive and new defensive coordinator. And I think anytime you start messing with the cohesion of a championship team and you start plucking coaches and players leaving, I mean, it doesn't really smell like success to me. You know, you may see a little dip, you may see a dip in Ohio State this year, and that's just my honest opinion before any games are played. I don't see how you can sustain the same type of success and cohesion as a team when you don't even have the same people in the building anymore. So a lot of players, obviously, NFL draft, things of that nature. But dude, without question, this is the number one game of the week. And
Yeah,
golly, man, that is going to be one heck of a game to watch, man. I cannot wait to tune into that one.
for sure, man. And Ohio State fans, all the hate that you'll hear from me this year, I will give you this. That's a heck of a week one matchup. So
It is.
it's an epic game. So I'll give you
And
that much.
yeah, and kudos to both teams. It seems like most teams play it safe when scheduling the first couple games of the season. Most teams, when they're building those schedules for the year, man, most teams play it safe. Shout out
Yeah,
to both of those universities for not being afraid to kind of come out the gate swinging, man.